Hey guys, it's Liza here with Apple Athletic Club, and today is kind of a special day. I got the opportunity to meet one of the most amazing members that I've been able to come across, and he's become a friend of mine. So I am here with Rod Hutchins. So Rod has been a member now for how long?
Since March.
Since March. So we were able to have Rod over here at Apple Athletic Club. And when I originally met Rod, it was through Steve, the owner. Steve was able to introduce me to Rod. I've had my own health battles, and so had Rod. So we kind of connected on that.
We did, immediately.
Just started on that.
Yeah.
And so, Rod, why don't you tell our audience and everything who you are and some of your goals and kind of how everything happened.
Well, great. Thanks, Liza. I'm excited to be here with Liza today. She has the most phenomenal story, and it's truly inspiring. My story began some 23 years ago when I was traveling out of state, and I got very, very sick. Within the next 30 days, I was in the intensive care unit at the hospital, and they had diagnosed me with what is called Guillain-Barré, or Guillain-Barré. I was told that I'd be in the hospital an indeterminate amount of time and that I had to let the virus take its own course. And so after 3.5 months of being in the intensive care unit at the University of Utah, I finally was able to barely walk out of the hospital after having been paralyzed from the neck down.
Wow.
I remember, Liza, trying to bite a saltine cracker and I couldn't even break it. It would be like today putting a 2x4 into my mouth and trying to break it. Yeah, but before I did, I went ahead and set a list of goals through my son, and on that goal list, there were 70 goals that if I could come through that I would accomplish. On that goal list was to complete the Iron Man in Kona, Hawaii, on the Kona, Hawaii course with their blessing. And of course, that was a pretty big goal. Because here I am paralyzed and can't even break a saltine cracker. Yeah. And so the journey began, and when I set a goal, I pretty much am adamant about getting it done. And I went ahead and started that journey. What I didn't know though, Liza, and this is much like life, is that all the unexpected things that would come up during that time. I would go through 21 procedures,
I remember you
or surgeries since then. And I would attempt to train for the Ironman 3 times during then. I would get the virus back 2 more times after that, which to get it once is rare. To get it twice is very rare, and to get it 3 times is unheard of. And the other 2 times caused partial paralysis as well. So finally, I decided that I was going to get this taken care of, and I formed what I'm calling is the Iron Dream Team. Iron for Iron Man Dream Team, to surround myself with those people that could go ahead and help me on my journey. And it consisted of doctors, and it also consisted of people that would help me get to Hawaii accomplishing my goals.
Absolutely.
And so here we are today.
So when you originally told me your story and we sat down, I mean, it was a very tender moment. But one of the things that struck me with Rod was the fact that he kind of made a deal. If I survive this, because you were near death, was it several times?
Yes, I have nearly died 3-4 times since then. I went ahead and had 9 surgeries in 9 months. I had both hips replaced. I had both knees scoped, 1 knee replaced. I had a hiatal hernia repair. I had a Nissan done and several other procedures. And during that time, there were 3 times that I was coded.
You were close.
Yeah.
So one of the things that when you said to me is when you decided to make goals, you said that if I survive this, I want to survive this. If I survive these are my goals that I'm going to accomplish. And the fact that, I mean, you had 70, not just 1 goal, but you had 70 goals. And I mean, what a journey he engaged by the positive thinking, saying, I'm going to survive this. I'm going to live, and this is what's going to happen. And so I thought that was pretty inspiring, that, you know, when doctors were saying there was a possibility that you weren't going to make it, I had these goals to accomplish, so.
Yeah, power of mindset is everything, and surrounding yourself with the right people. And so, yeah, and of course, credit be given to God. Absolutely. And to his tender mercies in my life, because it was through him that I was able to pull through that paralysis with a miracle. and to go through all the other surgeries and still be here today to be able to interview with you.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible, miraculous journey that you've been able to engage. So as far as the Iron Dream Team, so tell a little bit about the Iron Dream Team, what that entails, and how you came up with that.
The Iron Dream Team came up from the idea that in order for me to succeed at whatever I'm doing, I need to surround myself with the right people, because we can go ahead and surround ourselves with people, but they may not be right. And so I actually interviewed 5 doctors before I had my surgeries and told them about the goal of doing the Iron Man. And at first they were skeptical, but now 2 of those doctors are coming with me to Hawaii to do the whole race with me. Isn't that cool?
I love that.
And because it is an inspiring story. Well, we got through the surgeries, and it took me a while to get through physical therapy. And then as a result of that, I then decided to start my journey to the Ironman to accomplish that goal. And as I did, I said, what would I need to do that? And then I started identifying the right dream team members again. And those members were people and companies that were integrous, that represented what I wanted to represent. And they were also individuals and companies that had given a lot to the community, because it's a win-win situation always when you're forming your dream team.
That's a little bit what we talked about earlier today, is about paying it forward.
Yes.
You know, if you wake up in the morning saying, what do I get today? Who's going to help me today? Who's going, you know what I mean? You kind of lackluster. You really do lose out on a lot of opportunities. But if you wake up in the morning and say, whose life am I going to touch today? Who needs me? Who's going to need some help from me? It's amazing the people that end up on your path. I mean, it really is.
Well, and it truly is, because the law of abundance is recognizing what you do have in your life. And the law of abundance is going ahead and not only acknowledging it, but giving that opportunity to other people. And so I did not know at the time when I would come to these Iron Dream Team members that I had selected that they would.
Yeah.
And it has just been a phenomenal journey to be involved with these incredible Iron Dream Team members, and to hear their stories and to hear their victories, and to know that we are traveling together a journey that is literally going to touch millions of lives around the world, just because people were willing to contribute to a dream that I had.
Yeah.
That I have.
Oh, absolutely. No, and this is why I try. Whew. Yeah, Rod has a special, a unique way of reaching out to you, and he's pretty phenomenal. So as far as the what we want to do, how can our audience engage? Like, how do they know what to do? Well, mostly everybody has goals and dreams, and we all have hardships, whether it be with your health, your job, your family, different things that we struggle with. How can we be of service? Like,
well, I would say, first of all, identify your own dreams and goals. Come in with a purpose. You know, when I went ahead and set those 70 goals, I didn't know that I was going to make it through that process, because the doctors had just come in and told my wife that there may be a possibility within a week or 2 that I would die back then. And so, but as I started going through the goals and I started realizing them and accomplishing them, I realized that I could do all of them if God granted that tender mercy to do so. And so, get your goals. Do not let your obstacles, your challenges, the things that seem like, if I could say, a Goliath to you in your life, do not let them be insurmountable. Realize that with the right people, you can accomplish anything, which is manifested by going through the surgeries in 9 months.
absolutely.
And being able to do what I'm doing today. So how can the audience engage? Number one, follow the story, be inspired by it, because it is inspiring, but let your story be part of that journey. There's several ways that people can be involved. Go to our website, www.irondreamteam, that's all one word, .com, and follow the journey with us. That's the first way, is to like us and to go ahead and share this story. The second way would be to go ahead and to submit your own story. Everybody has incredible stories, And I have been deeply touched by the stories of the people on the Iron Dream Team, your story. A lot of the stories of people coming up to me are so inspiring. We want to showcase them on our website. So we have a feature story button where if you will go ahead and you will submit your story, we will select a story depending on how many we get, either once a week or once a month, and we will get in contact with you so that we can make sure that that story is exactly how you would like it.
Absolutely.
The third way is to go ahead and to join us on what we are calling the Anyone Can Try. That's TRI as in triathlon. Anyone Can Try group training with Rod. You have to understand, after all these surgeries, I couldn't even swim half a lap.
Yep.
In fact, to swim one day a full lap and a half, it was almost an hour for me to do that.
Wow.
And running, I still can't run incredibly fast because I'm still acclimating to my hips. And biking, I love biking. But anybody can keep up with my pace, and we want everybody to come out and to join us every Tuesday night. We will announce on Friday nights on our website where we will be training for that upcoming Tuesday. And this is being done through Bill's Bike and Run with Bill Gray, and it's also being done through Apple Athletic Club with Mike and his group. So Mike Taylor, who's a trainer here. And so come out and join us. Last night we had our first one where we swam in the Snake River.
Yes.
And we had over 20 people there, quite a few of them for the first time, and that was exciting. The last way is people said, how can we help? And we've already selected the Iron Dream Team, but we are in the Idaho financial contributions to help get a lot of these people to Hawaii and to pay for some of the expenses that are involved with the equipment and the training and things like that. And so we also have on that website a button for donate as you look at the website. So those are some of the ways. Contact us through email. Like us, share us, get the story out.
We would definitely, we'd love to hear any stories that you have. Obviously, there are so many hidden gems around here. And like I said, the chance meeting that Rod and I were able to meet, and the people that we've met, you know, on this journey so far has been really inspiring. And we want more.
That's
you know?
right. It's fun.
More inspiring stories, definitely. And so there's ways that you can definitely contribute and join us. And also, if you have your own goals, whether it be, we talked about this earlier, whether it be dancing or things that you want to accomplish as far as writing or, you know, whatever your dream is, we're going to help you find your dream team. We're going to help show you the tools that you have to be able to put that in place. So we're excited to help you out. And we're going to actually do monthly updates with Rod. So you catch us monthly. I'm going to do it also from the Apple Athletic Club page because Steve and Kathy Vukovic are very fond of Rod, and they want to be able to follow the journey as well on our page, and we are one of the sponsors for Rod and his journey. So be sure to tune in while we do this and join us on the workouts that we're doing every Tuesday night. So we talked about how you can engage and how you can get your dream out there and start accomplishing your goals. But as far as Rod, one thing that I wanted you to be able to share with the audience is what you've learned in this journey and pretty much your purpose. If you don't have your purpose, what's the point of all of this? So
that's an excellent question, and half of this interview isn't enough time to answer it all.
Yes,
But what have I learned over the last 23, 24 years on this journey? I think the things that I've learned are that the goals in our lives define us as far as who we are at the core center. I realized then that I had to have a goal bigger than my challenge, which was complete paralysis. And so you can only imagine the doctors when I shared that goal with them and I was paralyzed saying, yeah, you know, he may not make it for another week and a half.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, okay. But as I started continuing with that dream and that goal, more people started surrounding and believing in that process. And I had to stand strong against a lot of people that were doubters. And that's okay because I love the doubters. They're the ones that inspire us to go further, and they're the ones that we can pat them on the back and say, hey, we did it, and you can do it too. I also learned that, the attitude that you have, regardless of what you're going through in life's challenges, whether it be divorce, whether it be loss of job, whether it be a year without any income, whether it be health,
Loss of a family
whether it be a loss of a family member, whether it be any type of challenge that we can have, we can get through if we surround ourselves with the right people and we go to a power higher than us to give us that strength. And of course, you're going to have your ups and downs and your days that are tougher. I mean, I definitely have had my days. And even exercising now, I still have my days where it's tough. But the dream and the people push you through it. They help pull you through it. And the other thing that I've learned is never underestimate the power of your story. You might think that it is not much of a story. When I first set this goal, it was just going to be my children and I that were going to Hawaii. And I'm a pretty private person, yes. Liza. And one day a doctor, actually he's doing the Iron Man with me in Kona, Hawaii, said to me, "Why are you being so selfish?" And I looked at him, and we were getting ready to go into surgery, and I said, "What do you mean?" And he says, "This story is so incredible. You need to share it with people. You need to let people be inspired by it because it's a changing story." And I started to realize then that maybe there was something behind the story. And as I developed it, I have seen the power of that. And I'm in love with the journey because I have people coming up saying, one of our dream team members in one of our interviews, I was just going to swim in Hawaii in a swimming pool because, I mean, when you swim in the ocean, there's sharks and there's only, just a few of us there. And he says, before you came along, I'd had both my knees replaced, or I'd had knee surgery, and I had given up on some of these dreams. He says, but I'm going to Hawaii with you, and you're not swimming in a swimming pool. You are an Iron Man, and you are swimming in the ocean, and I'm swimming by your side.
I love it.
One other thing I've learned is never underestimate the power of your story. Another gentleman that's part of our Iron Dream team, Larry Gilowitz, whose story is pretty phenomenal. If you've seen the movie Forever Strong, okay, that story is about his life. He works for one of the companies that's part of the Dream Team. When he heard about this story, he said, "This is incredible. This is an incredible story." And here's somebody that travels all around the country, speaking and training. And I came away from that interview realizing that, gosh, it is a far-reaching story. So don't give up on your dreams and goals. If nothing else, reach out to me on the website, reach out to Liza, and we can help you get going in that journey. We can steer you in the right direction.
Yeah, one of the things as far as the attitude that we had talked about is no matter the suffering, the word that Rod and I used was magnitude of suffering. Don't want it to be in vain. Don't let your suffering hold you back. Use it as a tool so that everything that you survived and went through was worth it. And you can look back and say, man, I'm glad that happened to me. It was painful, it was hard, it was a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, but man, I'm glad that happened to me. So that was something that struck me with you.
Yeah, and that's exactly right. You're going to realize that as you go through this journey, that the magnitude of what you are going through just one day at a time, when it's cumulative, is pretty big.
Yeah,
I mean, I think about all the things that I've went through in one setting, and it's like, wow. Yeah. But each day it was manageable, and so is the journey to the Ironman.
Absolutely.
I know each day what training I'm supposed to do because I have a trainer that has already put together that schedule, and then all I've got to do is just do it myself and get it done. And Liza, I have to say, I concur 100%. When you go ahead and you start out on that journey accomplishing those goals, you're going to have some doubt because there'll be a lot of people doubting you. But don't doubt yourself, because eventually you're going to see the power of that. And we need your story. We need more positive information in the world that we live in today. There's so much negativity, and that's why I have fallen in love with this journey.
Yes, I completely agree. And when he told me he was doing the Iron Man, when Rod told me, I thought, Iron Rod, like, he is made of iron. His heart is so strong, and everything that he's been through is just unbreakable. So on behalf of Apple Athletic Club, it's an honor to be able to sponsor you, to be able to follow on your journey. And I mean, what an inspiration it's been. So be sure that you follow Rod Hutchins on this journey. We'll put a link at the end of this video, and you can click on it, and you can be able to follow Rod and get involved, and let him help you. So perfect.
Awesome.
Thank you, Rod.
Thanks,
Appreciate
Liza.
it.
Appreciate you.